Raw Mark Beats.
My dirty vans, in my dirty vans, I can make my girlfriend cancel y'all plans. In my dirty vans.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Mars Mercury here with Raw Art TV. I'm sitting next to one of Brooklyn's finest, Boss Karrot.
What up, what
He
up?
gonna tell y'all about himself, and we gonna get to know who he is.
What up, what up? I'm Boss Karrot, as she said, Brooklyn representative. I'm just an artist, a creative, a curator, influencer, all that dope good shit.
You answered the question I don't even have to ask. Like, that's the still thing you gifted. You an artist, creator, influencer, like you do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, what made you want to be a rapper?
I grew up on hip hop. I have young parents, so my household was always filled with hip hop. And when I got a taste of I want to rap was when 50 Power of the Dollar. Mm-hmm. When 50 dropped that, that's when I was like, oh, I want to be a fucking rapper. Like, I like the feeling that it brings to people, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, that's cool, that's cool. Shout out to 50. Shout out to your parents, because normally, like, that's where it starts.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what, do you have anything you're working on now?
Right now I'm releasing Harvest Season as a playlist. I'm dropping the tracks when I feel the time is right. I can't tell you how many tracks that I have because it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even count.
Which is fine. I mean, that should take time anyway.
Yeah. They're all recorded, they're all done and ready to be put out, but it's just I'm putting it out one at a time instead of just dropping the tape because you know, like, people have short attention span nowadays, so I wouldn't want to put out a whole body of work. It's not going to be appreciated the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I feel you. So you recently released a track called Dirty Vans. Like, tell me about that. Like, what inspired that?
I wrote that. I was like
Which was fire, by the way.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
I wrote that. I was couch surfing. I was sleeping at Herbie's house.
Mm-hmm.
I was crashing on Herbie's couch. And I was just scrolling through beats, and I was just looking at my red Vans, you know, the cover art.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking at them shits, and I just like my dirty van, and it just had a ring to it. And then I just put the whole story together. Just talked about, you know, my life at the moment.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. It's crazy how like you could be in like these, not really fucked up, or you know, like you said, you was couch surfing. Yeah. So like you could be in like these situations where as though it's bad, and you know what I'm saying, like it's kind of negative or whatever, like you're going through something, but that's where the most inspiration comes from.
Yeah, definitely.
And then like honestly, like Dirty Vans, like I've seen a lot of people that wear Dirty Vans.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, do you think like it's a trend, or it's just like people are being lazy and don't want to like clean their sneakers? Like, how do you feel about this trend of Dirty Vans?
I don't think it's a trend. I think it's a lifestyle. It's a you know, you a hardworking person.
That's true.
You let your aura do the talking and not your parents.
Yeah.
And you know, you gotta have some dirty Vans on, and the nigga gotta have some Balenciagas on. But I bet you I'll get you the girl before you do, because you trying a lot. You know what I mean? I'm just being myself.
Word.
And that is as simple as that, you know?
Yeah,
it's a lifestyle. That's really why I make songs, so it's a lifestyle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, I feel you, definitely. And a lot of your music, you talk about BK. You from Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
Right. So how was it growing up in Brooklyn? And like, how has that influenced your music?
Growing up in Brooklyn, I think every kid from Brooklyn has the same kind of similar story. If you're from the hood, of course, you know, the pop's not there, you're raised by your grandma, you around your uncles a lot, you know, it's tough love. You know what I mean? You dibble and dabble and shit you ain't got no business in, and you live and you learn, you know?
Right.
That's the whole Brooklyn experience, man. You gotta learn to live with regrets, you know what I mean? Hold your head, be strong no matter what the situation is.
Right.
Just dug it out to the end.
Word. It's important for people to know where you come from, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's important for people to know, like, you came from Brooklyn and, you know, like, you've experienced that, and, like, because 9 times out of 10, like, where we come from, it kind of, like, influence our lives, you know? 100%.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, that's peace. And how has it influenced your music?
Brooklyn influenced my music. Like I'm like Dirty friends lifestyle rap. I rap about life, so you know, just I rap about my surroundings, things that I see. It made me who I am.
Right.
From Brownsville to Bed-Stuy to Flatbush to Canarsie. You know, I lived everywhere in Brooklyn, but my heart is in the Ville.
Word. It's a lot of talent in the Ville.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people sleep on the Ville. You know what I'm saying? But it's so much talent. So you got this song called Jack in Jail, right? And then Jack in Jail, you be like sipping OE, you know? And then you also like have a song called Old Ink. And OE is like Old English Beer. So is that like your favorite drink?
Yeah, it's my shit. That's it. You know, it's cheap. It get me fucked up.
Word.
Do the job.
Word.
Yeah.
I never had it, so I always wanted to know because like I've seen your pictures. You would have OE, and I'd be like, yo, like what? Like,
yeah, every time. You know what I mean? That good $2-3. You know what I mean? Get you right.
That's how much it goes?
Yeah.
Word.
You be chilling. You drink a whole 40, you be good.
So you drink the whole thing?
Yeah.
Shit, that's lit. I was like, that's like Henny for you, like.
I wouldn't say it's like Henny, but you know, it's as prestigious as Henny to me.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
That's how I feel about weed, honestly. Shit, like yeah, that's a fact. So my next question. Okay, so how do you feel like you've changed from like vegetables? I was on your band camp, like vegetables and Young Negus Way. Like, how do you feel? How different is harvest season from the rest of those projects?
I feel like harvest season is actually similar to vegetables in a way. The creative process wise, it took me when I was working on vegetables. It took me like a good 2 years to get that project together how I wanted it. And I did the same thing with harvest season. I could say I grew as an artist because I learned how to say less and still say more. My flow is impeccable. And I just grew with time, you know. And in due time, everything will be revealed. That's my favorite line. I just stay consistent at it. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'll be like, man, fuck this rap shit. Man, I'm living life. It is. I
think everybody go through that phase and that stage, and they just like, all right, fuck it.
But like I said, I'm a lifestyle rapper. So if I'm not living my life, I'm not gonna like be able to rap. I don't wanna like. I wanna live. I wanna rap about what I'm living. You know what I mean?
Right. Which is, you know, it could relate to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So is that like something you'll say that makes you different? Like, what's one thing that makes you different from other artists?
Yeah, I'm very true. Very true, very blunt, very risk taking,
as you should be,
and very just honest.
How do you feel about music now, like rap now, compared to back in the day?
It's a different generation, different time, different vibes, different feel, different understanding of life. It's just different. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking it. I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But being the old soul that I am, I don't bump that shit on a regular. But I get it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I asked that because I feel like I watch a lot of interviews and shit, and I just feel like a lot of times, like the older cats, they always talk about like the younger cats, like this generation, like their like tone of music compared to the people back in the day. They'd be like, oh, like what are they talking about? But it's like you said, it's a different time. Like it's two different times. Like, you know, like they're experiencing.
Now it's more so, you know, the beat and the vibe. Back then it was more so what you saying, like what you kicking to me, my nigga. Like, like why should I listen to you? You know what I mean? How can I relate to you? Now it's just ad-libs and say the most raunchy shit you could say.
Yeah, right. I feel you. So who is some of your musical influence back in the day?
Back in the day?
Yeah, or like who's
period? Or
yeah,
like,
period.
Now, period, Kid Cudi's my number one. 50 of course, Rick Ross, Jay, and Kanye.
Word.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's an interesting
they're all street as fuck though.
Yeah, that's an interesting list.
And very true artists. Very true to who they are.
fuck with Kanye, Jay, 50. I love 50. I feel like he gets slept on a lot. Like, I feel like a lot of people, like, slept on him a bit, but he raw as hell.
50 still that nigga. Look at Power. The fucking theme song of Power, everybody saying that shit.
Yeah, that's a fact. So, my next question. Have there been any, I'm sure there have, but like, do you remember any like real life situations that like influenced the bar or two? Like,
real life situations that influenced the bar or two?
Yeah, like,
I feel like every song you mentioned, it had a real life situation in it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, from Jack and Jill to...
Like, but was there like a situation where though like you was like you experienced something, you was like, oh shit, I gotta write this shit down or I gotta put this shit in a song? I mean, I guess like that's kind of...
like go from, not at that moment necessarily, but like let's say somebody did something that rubbed me the wrong way, or I heard something, I'll express it in music in a certain manner where, you know, it would have to be decoded.
Which is just music, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, do your family support your music?
Yeah.
That's a blessing, right?
Yeah, my uncles fuck with my music heavy. Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely a blessing. My family, I'm a very family-oriented person, so I don't really have that many friends. I be around my family most of the time.
Yeah. I feel like it's important for family members to support your goals and your dreams, because like sometimes like as artists you already feel like some of your friends don't fuck with it, and then it's like when your family don't fuck, you know, like when you feel like your family ain't trying to support it, just kind of like put you in a whole different direction.
Yeah.
So like, what is like some advice would you give to a person that went through that?
The not getting support from your family?
Yeah.
Man, you just gotta keep doing what you're doing, like regardless, because your art is a expression of who you are. It's not for nobody else. You know what I mean? It's for you and whoever relate. You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, there's somebody going through something that you've gone through too.
Right. Which is true. So tell me about Just Wrote It Wednesdays. Every Wednesday you like spit some bars, post it on Instagram. How did that come about?
My girl being hot on my ass, talking about
As she should.
She like, nigga, just like, I'm like, yo, I don't know, like I be doing shit. She like, nigga, you need content, like keep putting shit out consistently, be in these niggas' faces. And you know me, I'm quiet and cut cool. I know everybody, but I'm not mixy. Like it's a weird combination.
It's like you be like chilling, but you wanna like be out there, but you just I
don't know how, but but my girl was just like, yo, be consistent. You know what I mean? Do this, and I'm like, alright, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Just Wrote It Wednesdays, and you know, people been hitting me up about it. Been good feedback, you know.
Yeah, I like it. I'm happy you did it.
Thank you.
Cause it's like practice for you. You know what I'm saying? It's training you to be better and do better. You know, like when somebody go, yo, hit me some, you know, let me hear something on any beat, and you just be like, all right, like that's what you're supposed to do, and that's what she's supposed to do too. Like put that battery in your back, you know, help you to do what you gotta do.
Facts.
You recently started a podcast too.
Yes.
Called Sidewalk Talk with your homies.
Chino Bambino, that's my bro. That been my bro for like 5 years or whatever. He got a crazy mouth, funny dude.
I like him though. I really do.
And he's been the same way forever, you know. So and he always wanted to do something. And me being who I am, I always, you know, try to give people a platform to make something happen. Like I always like to help out. Like I'm big on building my brothers type shit, you know. And he didn't really know how to go about it. So I'm just like, yo, fuck it, let's do this podcast, my nigga. And my girl was already doing a podcast. She sparked that plug in me because she was doing her podcast. And I was like, alright, I could do this shit too. So, you know, and I know Chino wanted to do it, so I did it with Chino. And, you know, from there it's just been successful.
Word.
Yeah.
I like it. I listened to the first episode, and it was like I was saying, like y'all personalities are very, very different, but it fits well. You know, like y'all have great conversations.
Because we've been talking, you know, for years.
Right.
So like we know how to talk to each other. We understand the lingo. The chemistry is there.
Right.
Yeah.
So, where can the people find you?
You can @ Boss Karrot. The Karrot is spelled with a K. Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all of that, boss. Karrot, the Karrot is spelled with a K.
You heard it.
Yeah.
So, can you spit some shit?
Spit some shit?
Yeah.
Today was a long day. I wish I had a shot of Bombay. I swear to God, my girl thinks she's Beyonce. She be like, I'm on my time. I be like, let's go, ma. She be like, wait, I'm about to roll mines. That's some real shit. It really blow mine, but I take time to ease mine. I free mine. I got the key to free time. I said I've been a beast. I will never decease. I will never decrease. I will always release how I feel just to be free. My dirty veins is always me. The do-rag was always me. Now everywhere I go, I see everybody trying to be me. Shh, that's the secret. I stay fleet. Just bars. You want more? You want more?
Nah, I mean, you see me, y'all gotta follow him. Y'all gotta follow him. You feel me? Y'all gotta support this man. You know what I'm saying? Like that was, yo, give me 5. That was 5.
Thank you.
That was 5. Oh man. So you heard it here. Boss Karrot. Y'all know where to find him at.
Go hit that Hot Boys, man.
Hit that Hot Boys. Word. Hit that Hot Boys.
Is out now. Go listen to that, man. For the culture. Peace.
Baby, cash money.
Thugs and a juvenile.
Baby, gangsters is BG. Back to that's up in church for me. Boy, you got that you.
Excited for me.
Boy, you let the kids go.
Now put something on me.
The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot.
Yeah, know what I'm here for. Know who I care for. I'm on the first name basis.